7 o'clock, now call this meeting to order. Would you all join me in the flag of our country? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Before I move on to item 3, roll call, I just want to remind the viewing public that the call-in number for tonight's meeting is 930-8189. 930-8189. Roll call, please show all board members present. Item 4, acceptance of our minutes of the July 6th meeting. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion, we accept them as presented.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to accept the written minutes of our July 6th meeting. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call a vote. All those in favor?
Abstain.
4, 1 abstention. Item 5, acceptance of agenda.
We have no 11th hour,
No 11th hour?
but we do need executive session.
We accept the agenda as amended, minus item 8.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept the agenda as amended, doing away with item 8. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Item 6, open to public. Howard?
I'd like to inquire as to the status of the GAC chemical briefing that we were going to get organized with Doug. Bud. I wonder what's been happening with that. And has there been any movement, that kind of stuff?
He did a report. The last meeting you were at and you asked, we thought you would come back. He gave a report the next meeting. It is online, and he was going to follow up some more. I know David's been on vacation, but he can do another one, definitely.
Okay, so Bud has already done the briefing?
He did a report back here to the Board of Selectmen, the meeting after you were in. He went down that week.
Okay.
We kind of thought you'd be back, but he went ahead and gave the report that he had at that time. But
okay.
he's going to continue to follow up. If
What
we can schedule that.
What did he find quickly? You know, are they making progress or what's happening?
I think I'm going to paraphrase. I'll probably get it wrong. I apologize, but I think they have a 2-year window to report back the success of the project or failure of the project. They do that because it's subject to the weather. The whole success of that project depended on rainwater and snow or snow melt coming through the system into the limestone and onto the beach.
Right.
We had no rain last year. You know, at the end of the summer, from midsummer on, there was
big drought.
Hardly a drop of rain.
Yeah, it was a giant
but
drought.
We had a huge amount of snow this winter, and they'll be doing some additional testing. Now, I'm assuming they've done that by now. That was pretty early that you were here last. So we'll send Bud back down to see if they've done that additional sampling.
Okay.
But it did require water in order to, see that it's actually going to work. So,
okay. Do you have any idea when the 2-year window is up?
My only understanding was at the completion of the project, they had 2 years to report out. It was completed last year, so.
So we're on the way.
They're on the way, so.
Okay.
But we can send Bud back down to see if there's an update for testing.
All right. Yeah. And did you say the report's available online? I can check it out.
No,
It's
no,
not.
it won't be.
Bud,
oh no, I'm sorry.
Bud's report.
Yes, yeah. If you go back to the selectmen's meeting, I don't know which month it was. The next meeting he was here and he did a report. So if you go to our website, you can look
I
at
think that
that.
was maybe around March or April.
It's all a blur. It was this year.
Really?
Sorry.
Okay. All right. That's good. Well, that's so good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's it for me.
Anyone else in the public like to speak at this time? Okay, we'll move on.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you.
Well, so I've never been through this, so.
You guys don't need to speak at this time.
Okay, very good. Okay, cool. I'm a novice.
I couldn't give you the heads up, but
All right, right on.
that's another issue that
Well, sometimes I am.
Cool.
Item 7A, on the new business, discussion of foreclosed properties.
Yeah, I need to let the board, make the board aware, we have a number of properties that are now delinquent, very delinquent. And before the end of the month, I hoped to be able to say before the end of the week, but this has not been a normal week. But before the end of the month, we'll be sending out foreclosure notice letters that the town intends to sell the properties. We'll have a workshop in between, and we can discuss what they are, but I wanted to start the board with a discussion of, we're going to be sending those. Per our ordinance, we could not send anything out before June 15th, and the board still will have to decide what they might want to keep, what they may want to go the distance for full foreclosure and a sale, but there are at least 5 that we will need to deal with in a serious way, either because we're coming on a revow and we can't carry properties in ownership. It's just not good practice
Right.
to carry properties in ownership when you go into a revow and everything. So I want to I want to have that out on the public. People watching can pass the word that these will be seen, and also the board will have a workshop. We'll talk about disposition of properties, but the process starts with a letter and a 60-day redemption period. So once a letter is received and it's by regular mail, they'll have 60 days to by which to redeem it according to ordinance, and then we can advertise it. I also have a couple of properties that I am dealing with that will be redeemed. I've been in contact with banks and owners, and I will be asking in item 7C to set an additional workshop with a special meeting with a workshop. I should have called a special meeting. So we can do quick claim deeds for at least, I have one in hand. I'm just waiting for a check to pay it. I won't present it to you until I have a check paying it in full, but I have the deed in hand, so.
These are from the owner to the bank, or from us to the bank?
Quick claim deed from us releasing our liens to the
Okay.
bank. Or the owner, I have one of each, but neither has paid, so I've got to the point, I can see it in black and white, I just haven't seen the green.
Board, any other questions on this item?
Yeah. The second part of that, James, on your note, is that not for public?
It's not complete. Let me look at my, I might be a little off
That's what you and I discussed.
here. Excuse me?
That's what you and I discussed before.
Yeah, that's one of them. One of them that is in hand is a property on Mount Ephraim Road, and it's a pretty lengthy story behind
okay.
it, and
Oh, yeah.
it is pretty complicated. But
Okay.
I think at this point we have a pretty clear path. As long as, again, we see the green, we're okay. So,
Just curious.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anything else from board? Move on to 7B, Maine Municipal Election.
yeah, the Maine Municipal Association holds a ballot process for its board. Of course, we're members of that. They have people identified that they wanted to run for the board. None of the seats are challenged. I'll go through them. For vice president for a 1-year term, the nominating committee has Mary Sabins, who's the town manager of Vassalboro, opposed. And for the rest of the board, the directors, there are 3 positions and 3 applicants. James Bennett, the city manager of the city of Biddeford, Jill Dusson, at-large counselor for the city of Portland, and Gary Fortier, counselor for the city of Ellsworth. And if you want to, it's not due for a while. This is the information on them. But if you want to
All
authorize,
these seats are unchallenged.
unchallenged.
And the
If you wanna
nominations have
authorize-
closed.
Nominations are closed. I can sign it.
I'll make a motion, oh, you sign, I'll make a motion that we, vote the slate presented to us by the Pilot Bureau at the MMA.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the slate of officers that's been presented to us by Maine Municipal. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0.
Give that back to James.
Next, James. 7C, set a date for additional workshops.
We had
We-
we'd set a date for mid to late August to have a
August
workshop.
17th, I believe it is.
Yeah, 17th, to talk about the change of the fiscal year and to capture some other things that were going on. But of course, I have this deed issue in front of me, and one of the issues that had come up that someone in the business in the public wanted to talk about was where we get our cars repaired. And we've had the discussion before, but really kind of never finalized it a year ago. And they'd like to come to the meeting. And of course, they're always open to any of the public. But this particular business owner would like to, hear some rationale, talk to you about what can be out there. If possible, we'd like to meet in July. It's the 18th. The 27th would be the soonest it could be done.
July 27th?
Yep.
That's a Thursday?
That's a Thursday.
That works for me.
Works for me.
And we would set it, you'd have to vote to have a special selectmen's meeting followed by a workshop.
I'll make a motion that we, schedule a special meeting, it's probably a workshop beginning at 6:30 on July 27th here at the town office.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded to schedule a special selectmen's meeting followed by a workshop on July 27th, which is a Thursday. Any discussion?
Starting at 6:30?
6:30.
Here now, I'll call the vote. All in favor? 5-0. That's it for new business,
That's
James?
all I've got.
No 11th hour, so we'll go on to item number 9, correspondence.
I've got 4 things for correspondence. First is, last meeting I had all tipping fees. One came in late. PERC and charter municipalities, their tipping fees for the first quarter 2017 are $79.20, the second quarter $81.20, and the third quarter $78.50. I wanted to make us aware of that. Also, a thank you letter from the folks who put on the variety show on July 3rd. Very well attended, and appreciate all the work that members of our staff put towards making sure that got done. The next item is from Maine Municipal Association. Kate Dufour, who's a lobbyist, sent a breakdown of what happened in Augusta over the past 6 months that is actually good for the town, including revenue sharing, changes in general assistance, and what I like best is, there's many in here, but what I really like best is the homestead exemption is saved, and for the first year of the biennium, it's saved at $20,000, and for the first year of the biennium, that's reimbursed to the towns at 50%, and for the second year of the biennium, it moves to 62% coming back to the towns from the state. So it's a really good deal for municipalities and for taxpayers. There's a number of things in that. That's 3 pages of changes and the update. And the last item I have is from the Walden County Commissioners. letting us know that you don't have it, Jack got it late, and just letting us know the openings for the Budget Advisory Committee for the Waller County Budget Advisory Committee. I understand Dick's gonna be the chair.
I had 2 conversations with him about that. I don't want to find someone else. We're gonna have one opening in our district.
Right.
That's Bill Sneed is not running again. He's from Prospect.
Yeah, I'll go too.
Yeah, Islegrove's off, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't make too many meetings because they got,
Now, you plan to stay on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, his
'Cause it-
term's not up.
Right, but they asked even if his term wasn't up,
Yeah,
to notify him if he was
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
they
gonna
did.
stay and serve, yeah.
so that's, and if we know anyone from the other towns in our district, to try to encourage them, Frankfort, Jackson, Monroe, Prospect, Searsport, Swanville, Stockton, and Winterport. So if any of you had contact with any of the folks in those towns, you can get Dick some help over there.
Peter Curley is the representative from Stockton, and he's good. He's good. I'm good.
Good.
The one rolling off this year is Bill Sneed. Every 3rd year we're up.
Right,
And it's just,
and you got how many more years?
I don't know whether I got 1 or 2 more.
Okay.
There's no rush, I'll tell you. When you're in there doing your thing, the table's pretty empty. It's just a few of us here to try to put together
Yeah.
some members.
Is it all for correspondence, Jim?
That's it.
So Dick will be chair.
Yeah, I think you make good job.
I think he'd be a great chair.
We'll vote for you. Yeah, I've sat there next to Bill Sneed, and I got a question, I put my hand up, he lets me speak and everything. I never really paid that much attention to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing, because I got the book in front of me that's telling me what I think I want to know. And now that he's not there, it may seem like a simple thing to take the chair, but gee, there was a lot of little gaps in there that he covered beautifully. He was a good chair.
He'll be at least a mediocre chair. That's okay.
Thanks.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with it.
Okay, moving on, item 10, take a motion on the treasurer's warrants.
I'll move that. We approve that pending our signatures.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the treasurer's warrant on signature. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Department head reports, so we have several here.
And we approve those.
For a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the department head reports that have been presented to us. Any discussion? All those in favor? 5-0. Selectmen's report. Aaron, do you have anything?
No, thank you.
I'm good,
Mark.
I have nothing, no.
None.
Yeah, a couple of things. There'll be a comprehensive plan meeting tomorrow night, in this office at 6:30. We'll be dealing with, town facilities and, transportation, I think. I'm not sure about the transportation, depends on the time. All those are welcome. We did have some public there at the last meeting. We're getting to the end of it, so this is a chance to be there. The other thing I want to, there's a couple of people from Aaron and George from the Mass Communications Committee. This is anecdotal, but I have been hearing great things from Spectrum in terms of compared to Time Warner. People actually answer the phone and are helpful, and they're very quick, and they do what they're saying, and I'm very happy. I personally have had horrible experiences with Time Warner over the years. I'm frankly glad we don't have them anymore. Yep.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. I have 2 things. First is good news. Well, in fact, they both are. Last week, Rex Kelly underwent a double lung transplant down in Boston. Heard from Karen, he's coming along great, and he's breathing on his own, so.
Wow. Good.
Wow.
Good for him. Good.
So, best wishes to Rex and his family, speedy recovery. And also, one of our junior firefighters, Hallie Gibbs, had just received a scholarship to attend a Women of the Sea program, which is being sponsored by Booth Bay Sea and Science Center. And
Congratulations, sir.
I understand this is a program geared to high school age girls. So, congratulations to this young lady. Anyone else have anything before we move on?
I just got something
Yep.
that happened today. You know, we have these white heritage flags we want to put up.
Yeah, love to see them out.
Yeah. I had them all in a black bag protecting them and everything, and I grabbed the bag and gave it to Bobby, and Bobby called me today and he says, "You know them flags you gave me?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "They go on the poles downtown. You know, you guys put the American ones out now, in between them you put them out." He says, "You know you have Santa Claus and Joy to the World and all of that in that bag?" I gave him the wrong bag. Wait a minute, Bobby, don't put them out,
That
thanks.
explains
Yeah, we don't want them that early.
Right, right, so the right ones were found and delivered.
That's why we employ thinkers here in the town of Searsport. Don't just do it.
Well, I'm glad our public works foreman is on the ball and realizes that.
Question authority.
I'd be concerned if they got to the last one before they realized it.
Okay. Item 13, again open to public and the viewing public?
No calls.
No calls?
We're all set.
I'll now take a motion to go into executive session according to MRSA 14056F, confidential general assistance matter and poverty abatement request.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to go into executive session. All those in favor? Now call for motion to exit the executive session and go back to our regular agenda.
I make a motion, we exit executive session and return to regular meeting.
Second at 7:40.
Motion made and seconded to exit executive session at 7:40 and go back to our stated agenda. All those in favor? 5-0. 15, any discussions from executive session?
I'll make a couple motions if that's okay.
Sure.
As to, and I'll just do them all in one. PA 1708, I move that we table, and as to WP 1709, I'll move that we authorize up to $200 from Jenny Lawrence.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to table WP 1708.
PA, it's a PA. It's PA 1708.
Oh, PA.
PA.
And WP 1709 for $200 from the Jenny Lawrence account. Any discussion? All in favor? 5-0. Now take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to adjourn. 7:42.
42.